After nearly a year in space, astronaut Christiana Koch is finally back here on Earth. ABC's David Curley brings us a story behind her record-setting journey.
Christiana Koch, you're a record holder.
The rookie who set records flashed 2 thumbs up on her triumphant return to Earth. 328 days in space, a record for a woman. 5,200 orbits, 6 spacewalks, including the first American all-woman spacewalk.
Good morning, David. Welcome on board the International Space Station.
We had a chance to speak to Christiana Koch as she prepared for today's return. What's been the hardest thing going more than 300 days in the station for you?
I think the challenge is actually remaining vigilant, remembering that you really are surrounded by a hostile environment, and that a single emergency or a single, set of string of failures could bring you into a chance where you have to exercise some of that really important training that we had on the ground. So just remembering how special it is here and focusing on everything that I have and not necessarily the things that aren't in my environment.
What a ride for this electrical engineer who once built space science instruments and did research at the Earth's poles before applying to become an astronaut.
The unifying theme has been discovery on the frontiers, which is why I'm so excited to be a part of the space program.
Part of the 2013 astronaut class, Koch had to learn how to fly, train to walk in space. And then finally last year,
and lift off.
The nod to fly on the Russian Soyuz to the International Space Station. What was it like on the rocket? What was it like opening the hatch and getting into the station?
As we're preparing to launch, it feels a lot like one of our simulation events. And then the only difference was when the countdown got to 0, we actually started moving. I looked out the window and saw the Earth down below for the first time. And I actually exclaimed out loud, oh my goodness, we have trained for so many years to walk into the actual reality of the space station. Like the fact that it actually exists it was like walking into a movie set.
But the station became her home for much longer than expected, NASA extending her mission, giving her the opportunity for those 2 records, duration and this.
Copy, Jessica and Christina.
That first all-female American spacewalk with Jessica Meyer, followed by 2 more excursions by the same duo.
On that first all-female spacewalk that Jessica and I did, we were truly overwhelmed by the amount of support, by the amount of enthusiasm, and by the amount of people that reached out to let us know that it did serve as inspiration to them. The third time around, it's already become commonplace. We recognize now that we're doing the job the same as any of our colleagues, and we're all excelling. We all are held to the same standards, very high standards.
Koch broke the record of astronaut Peggy Whitson, who was there for Koch's first pool session on the ground, and sent a message from a training plane.
I'm very happy for you. We all know gravity sucks.
I'm very happy for Christina. She's accomplished a lot being up there on her very first space flight, being there that long. It's pretty, I think, daunting not knowing how you're going to like it to agree to do a extra long mission like that.
Christiana Koch nearly set the all-time record for an American long-duration flight. She was just 12 days short of Scott Kelly's time in the station. What contribution do you think you may have made to science as a scientist?
Obviously, Scott Kelly's mission gave us 1 data point in that, and now this hopefully will expand that by a second data point so that we can look at what sort of stayed the same, what's different, and then in addition, the differences between women and men in that capacity.
The North Carolina native says she missed chips and salsa the most. No crunchy or flaky foods allowed on the space station. She said her goodbyes this morning and boarded the Soyuz for the flight to Earth. She will reunite with her husband, but told us she's already thinking of flying again.
I think, will I ever be back here? Am I saying goodbye for the last time, or will I get to come back? And if so, how will it have changed? I have had such practice in now, so with a little bit of luck, I will get a chance to do a future mission.
All right, and I should ask before we say goodbye, gravity, do you miss it? Is it a good thing?
I only miss it when I just really want to put things down occasionally, but I've gotten used to Velcro and taping things down instead, so I don't really miss it. It's a lot more fun without it.
As she wasted no time in demonstrating for us. Tonight, Christiana Koch is back in gravity. She tells us first on her things to do list is a swim in the Gulf of Mexico. David Curley, ABC News, Washington.
No gravity versus chips and salsa. That's a tough one.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.